Well, hello everybody. How are you? I'm so pleased that you have persevered and are here at the end of Web Summit, that you've stayed. We're very grateful, aren't we, Eduardo, that that they're here. Now, Brazil's digital revolution is happening in front of our very eyes. I mean, we've seen it all week here, haven't we, at Web Summit. But CESAR has played an incredibly important role in this, hasn't it? Because you've taken a very different approach to your designing, to all your projects really, where inclusivity and diversity play a huge role. Tell me about that.
Oh yeah, I believe that comes with our DNA. Since our foundation in 1996, we realized that technology is not the end, but I mean to make something great, and we can always make something great if you think about the people that are going to use what we do. And we had an influence in 1996, not only from the beginning of the internet, but also from a cultural movement that we had in Recife called Mangue Beat. It was a music movement that was experiment rock and hippie hockey and some batuques, as we say there, changing the music. And these guys happening to meet each other and talk about the technology and culture. And when CESAR was founded, we had this clear idea that we don't need only engineers. Engineers are good, very good to solve problems, but sometimes they don't think about who is going to use the solution. And then from the beginning, we brought designers to the center. And then we have, since there, this mix of thinking from the engineer point of view, which thinks a lot of data about what already happened. So inductive logic. And then you come with the design that has an abductive logic, see the future and try to bring it to the present. So that's how we do everything. I mean, since the start, we think about people, and we have these different approaches to the problems with designers, engineers, social scientists, and a mixture of a lot of different perspectives to find a better solution for everybody.
So having that bigger pool of people, that bigger pool for ideas and people's different experiences, culturally especially, really helps with your projects.
Yeah, it does, because that's, we do believe that when you have a very homogeneous approach or a very homogeneous thought about something, then you don't have the better solution. Maybe the fastest one, but not the best ones. We can see from the examples that we are going to show here that when you have diversity of people in projects, then a lot of different ideas come. It's more difficult in the beginning to agree with something, but once you agree, then you can be sure that the solution is going to be better than if you had just people with an homogeneous thought about the problem.
And so can you now give me some examples of this in action? Tell me about some of the products that you've designed.
Yeah, the one we are displaying here is a Libra, a Brazilian official sign language translator. It was a project that was sponsored by Lenovo, and it produced in real time voice for impaired hearing people. So people that can't speak, they can produce a conversation by using the Libra signage. And then a computer.
So Libra, that's a specific sign language in Brazil. Just
Libra is the official sign language for impaired hearing people in Brazil. And the solution that we build with Lenovo is able to translate the sign language into voice. So today, we need huge servers to make it happen, but we hope that in the future we have more computer power in smaller pieces of hardware so that somebody with this impairment could talk in Libras and the other one could hear in Portuguese.
Oh, wow. So you won't have to know sign language, and you'll be able to communicate so much more easily with someone who's
yeah,
deaf.
Exactly. It gives so much more power to the people that have some disability, because usually people that have some disability, they glue together with people that has the same problem as they have. But when you use technology to empower people, to make people be included in other groups, then you are empowering people. It's amazing. I mean, when I saw that first time, I almost cried, because I mean, it's unbelievable that somebody that can't even hear his voice is speaking like anybody else.
So you're giving a voice to the
amazing experience. Yeah,
you're giving a voice to the voiceless, aren't you?
Exactly.
What about some other projects that you've been working on? I mean, there is one that I've tried out, and please go to the stand and try it out yourself. Tell me about that one.
Oh yeah, we have one here that was awarded in South by Southwest this year, and is the smart lipstick. It's
my lipstick, guys. I'm serious when I say I've tried this. It's fantastic. Carry on, Eduardo.
I tried that as well, and I have a mustache and a beard, and it works perfect with me. So yeah, that's another one that empowers people. It's made to people with motoric disabilities or visual disabilities that can't put a lipstick on himself or herself. And we developed a device that is able to do it. Saying like that, it looks like very simple, but it took us 7 years.
Wow.
And a lot of people, a lot of AI training to make it work perfectly. It's still a prototype, but yeah, anybody that's interested in trying it could go to our booth here in the panel. Yeah, in the same stage. Yeah.
So it's really simple, because you just rest your chin on this little ledge, and out comes a camera. Your makeup artist, i.e. The CESAR technician, picks a color for you, pops it in, and then this brush comes out and it starts jabbing your lips, and it's really ticklish, and you have to try and stay still. And then it takes another photo, checks that it's all nicely done, and voila. Mine was perfect. I would say it's better. It is better than what I can do, because I can't see that well anymore because I'm so old. So I genuinely think that this has real potential, not only for blind people, but people. Yeah, so you said people who may not be able to use their hands, maybe someone with Parkinson's, but also for older people as well.
Yes.
They find it difficult.
Yeah, they become less able to very precise movements. Yes.
And another big part of CESAR is at the Innovation Hub and the Institute is about education, isn't it? It's allowing people to learn, undergraduate and postgraduate opportunities. Tell me about those.
Yeah, that's great question, because we started as an innovation organization back in 1996. So we were trying to create new startups, new technology companies, and also helping mature company to innovate. And later on, in 2006, more or less 10 years later, we realized that it was necessary to enter in education. The education system here in Brazil was not evolving in a piece as dynamic as we thought it was necessary. Then we start also education at CESAR. And we brought everything that you learn from providing innovative solutions, also to design and to build the courses that we have at our education center. So today, these two things are very mixed inside CESAR. Either you are innovating and giving lessons on the education side, or in the education side, students are taking part on projects. And these things, one pushes the other one. So it's like a positive feedback that we have inside the hub.
So what kind of subjects do people most often study?
computer science, design. So we had, at the start, we had both, either computer science and design. We have master in software engineer, also in design, and you have a doctoral course also in software engineer.
So, and that's, your employees can go to that. Can people from outside of CESAR come to it?
Either people that work with us, sometimes as students, sometimes as teachers, and people from outside. Today we have working on innovation project, more or less 1,300 people. And on the education side, we have something like 3,500. So 3 times more, yeah.
That's a significant number. And also, is it affordable? Because it's all well and good creating these great courses and giving people opportunities, but if you need money and you haven't got it, how does that work?
Well, we have several ways of providing this education. First, the activity of innovation helps us on the education side. People, we call it CESAR School. The courses are paid as well, but we have fellowship, full fellowship, given by donations. Part of the donation comes from CESAR, part from private companies, and then we have part of the students that have full tuition in the school as well.
So it's so they're scholarships, so people can get people who might not necessarily be able to afford to come.
Exactly, it was a very important part of our design that we say, okay, we want to provide education, very high quality, but it has to be affordable. So it was always our thought since the beginning. We have to make people that are not able to pay to come to CESAR School as well.
Oh, and I mean, we've talked very much about products here, and but you do a lot of data, don't you, as well? And data analytics.
Yes.
Yeah, and a company's coming to you now more and realizing how important this data analysis, good quality data is?
Yeah, a lot of companies has a lot of data, but sometimes they don't realize the value of the data they have. Or the data is not well collected, not well presented, and once they are able to work with this data, to visualize it easily, they can profit from the data that they have. And a lot of companies already making use of it. So there are 2 things that you have to work on. One is collecting the data and organizing it so that you can present it, but the visualization part that has a lot to do with the design as well, it's also very, very important, so that anybody that doesn't have technical skills can understand what this data is telling you.
Yeah, so it's the data quality, the data cleanup, because you don't do the rubbish in, rubbish out approach that so many people do. That's vital. And the visualization, because that's the issue, isn't it? If you're presented with a sheet of paper, an Excel spreadsheet, you have no idea, do you?
Yeah. Even with a spreadsheet that's so common today, like an Excel or any other tool that you could use, you need some skill to make use of it. But today we have more tools that are easy to manipulate this data and give you information that really important for your understanding of what's happening.
And what about the future? Where are you going next? You've been there 29 years, CESAR has been in existence. You're just about to come up to your 29th birthday, aren't you?
I think there are 3 things that are happening in technology nowadays that are going to change what we are doing as internet has changed what we're doing in 1996. One is AI for sure. These 2 solutions that we talked here about, the sign language translator and the smart lipstick, they were not possible without AI. The other one is high performance computing. and cybersecurity, because AI enables a lot of new techniques for hacking. And when you have high-performance computing, this becomes easier. Then you have to study as well cybersecurity. So you have to be in front of the bad hackers. So these three things, they are changing. Not what we do only in CESAR, but the society as well, because nowadays we are so dependent on digital. As you may remember last year, I think it was last year, the bug that happened with Microsoft systems, and you had hospitals, airports, you can name it. Companies from every sector is stopping because digital systems were not working anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah, one of our biggest chain stores in the UK, Marks and Spencer's, it's where people buy their underwear mainly, they had a major crash and there are empty shelves. It's also happened to a number of other retailers, I mean literally this week, where they've been hacked. So it is so vitally important. Is that an expanding area of CESAR, the cybersecurity?
Yeah, actually we have a government-backed initiative called CESAR. As you might have learned already, CESAR stands from Center of Advanced Studies and Systems. We like to put names on things. CESAR means Center of Integrated Security in Advanced Systems. Sorry for the translation, first time I'm translating that. But it's also a name or a nickname for a woman. So we have CESAR, and then we have CESAR. And CESAR is a backed initiative for researching, funding entrepreneurship, and also education in cybersecurity.
I love the fact that you've named it after a woman. It's a woman who's protecting everything. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, brilliant. That is wonderful. Eduardo Peixoto, CEO CESAR Innovation Hub. Thank you so much for joining us on stage. Now, another thing before we go, I would like everybody to give a huge round of applause to the backstage crew. So you've got those guys over there at the back who've been working seamlessly to make sure everybody here on stage looks great. But also you have a whole team back there who mic us up, make sure that we sound wonderful. I've worked in radio for 25 years. You always thank the sound engineers. They are amazing, all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ania. Thank you so much.